Hello, I am going to do a poetry reading today. You can see I have my poetry full. Oh, it's backwards. I'll flip the video around when I do it. Poetry. I'm going to start out with one called They Call Me the Can Crusher. They call me the Can Crusher because I'm actually attached to your garage wall loosely. And I get a little bit closer to falling off each time you compel me to solve your problems. Your can-related problems. I can't solve all of your problems. They call me the Can Crusher because I can only solve your can-related problems. Okay, I'm going to do one now. It's called Sent from My iPhone. Drop me from a height of 0.7 meters and watch helplessly as I shatter. See the cracks expand over my surface in slow motion as I break before your eyes. Try to force me back on, functioning, but damaged. Never keep me in your back pocket again. It's a classic. It's called, I Think I Have More Blood Than Most People. If I replaced all my blood, I would still be essentially the same person, but with different blood inside of me. If you took out all of my blood, right, and then put other blood in, I'd be relatively the same person as before. I'm just saying your blood isn't super important to your identity. I don't think that's a controversial statement. I'm gonna steal some Where's Waldo books from you, and you will never know it was me. Here's one. It's untitled. My name is Switchblade, and I'm a punk rocker. This show goes out to my buddy Billy, who cut his tongue out in order to be able to fit a whole baseball inside of his mouth. The time for chit-chat is past. The time for rock and roll is now. Can I do another entitled one now? I am the last penny in your take-a-penny bowl. I am the unringing phone that ties you to this place. I am your 3 copies of Armageddon. And all those postcards you meant to send to your brother but misplaced? Forget me like I'm the one thing you can't live without. I awoke in a cold sweat from a dream in which Weezer was called Blink-182 and Blink-182 was called Weezer. I fumbled through the dark, shakily pouring myself a glass of almond milk. What happened to me? The sun used to be up at this hour, but now all is darkness. This one is called Bowling Sound Effects to Soothe the Soul. If you want to know how I feel about you, go read the book, How I Feel About You. My poetry is just about birds and skulls. Right, I got another one here. It's called How Did Gwar, the band Gwar, Achieve Financial Success? Never again will I experience the luxury of an airport bathroom. Hand me a hammer and everything will be all right. Let's drive because we both have a fear we won't acknowledge. Let's go out of our way to not be afraid. I'll ride shotgun in a mail truck to Boston. This one is called Proletariat Clothes at Bourgeoisie Prices. If love has taught me anything, it's how lasting happiness can just fade into the background. I dream we are breathing together. I dream we are 2 cranes walking through a field alongside the highway, unstirred by the sound of passing cars, but ready to take flight at the sound of any snapping twig. I dream we are breathing together, weightless. I dream that each breath draws us in and out of the little pulsing, floating ball that is the combined us. I dream of an immense weight that holds us firmly to the ground and to each other. I dream that we are on one of those planes that goes up and down to simulate zero gravity, and that we are alone in a terrifying moment, but that we are breathing together, so it is fine. Just sneak back here for my LaCroix. If I was a blues singer, my name would be Shotgun LaCroix because I have a talent. Stop calling my poetry ironic. There's not even iron involved at any stage of the writing process. You're just showing your ignorance when you say that. The paper and ink are made primarily of carbon. Now, when I get the wrinkles out of an article of clothing, or when I eat red meat, that is irony. You pretentious hipsters don't understand what irony is. This is my most offensive poem, I think. I love you the way white teenagers in denial about the influence of racism in their musical taste love Eminem. I only love you, and I can't quite work out why. Technically, coughing up blood is just speaking from the heart. Terrible things happen to your brother's aquatic pets. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I am, to be perfectly concise, a mess. The way I live my life is not healthy or stable, and I worry far more about conversations with strangers than any of my life goals and ambitions. Furthermore, I neglect the things I value, throwing past commitments to the wayside. Furthermore, my pants don't fit very well. Your mom killed one of your brother's hermit crabs accidentally by stepping on it one time he left it outside. I'm going to do some love poems now. They're pretty short. I'm going to do them in quick succession. None of them are titled. I just want to hold you and never let go. But realistically, I know that would be inconvenient for both of us. We'd have to quit our jobs. It would be bad. Let's spend an afternoon just hanging out in a quadrant of a revolving door. Hey, just so you know, I'd fight a wild badger for you. Not saying I'd win, just saying I'd try. Let's take our shoes off and listen to whale songs. Let's be that couple who pisses everyone off by being so in love that we walk around barefoot in public and listen to whale songs. If I had to cut my hands off to keep you, I would write you poems with my nose, but they'd be really passive-aggressive. I miss my hands, and I'm running out of time.